This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Spoiler number 1 is Dr. Lee Franz. It stinks.
What is going on? What is going on?
Episode 104, Submission. The Paul Lynde Halloween Special. The Paul Lynde Halloween Special aired on ABC October 29th, 1976.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Whoopee.
It's the Paul Lynde Halloween Special, starring Paul Lynde, with Paul's special guests, Tim Conway, Roz Pinky Tuscadero Kelly, Margaret Hamilton, Billy Hayes, Billy Barty, special guest star Florence Henderson, a special appearance by Betty White, and a rock and roll explosion, Kiss. And now, the Paul Lynde Halloween Special.
So last week we talked about Paul Lynde and the Paul Lynde Show and how he was brilliant while everybody else... We also talked about how Paul Lynde was a contract player and had a contract with ABC to do more specials. This would be one of the specials that he did to satisfy the contract. This was just one of those 1970s disco-era star-studded affairs.
I mean, we've talked about star-studded affairs in the past when we did the Playboy roller disco pajama party with Richard Dawson.
And don't forget the third annual National Cheerleading Competition.
Oh, yeah, with Lee Majors and Jane Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Magic Johnson making Catherine Bach come alive.
Which, let's be honest, that was the dream.
Oh, that was the dream. I mean, Magic Johnson making Catherine Bach come alive, come on.
Now we have a new sort of special with stars, musical numbers, wacky hijinks, antics, shenanigans even.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, in the 70s, you were something if you had antics. You were something if you had hijinks. It was something if you had shenanigans. But when you have all three, that's when things get fun.
And with Paul Lynde there, you just have comedy gold.
Oh, yeah. So what was Paul Lynde doing on his Halloween special aside from fulfilling contractual obligations from the network? Well, that's it, really. He was just fulfilling. This was like his last thing for the network because he had the Paul Lynde Show, which we talked about last week, and future installment Temperatures Rising, which we will talk about eventually. But Fred Silverman, being Fred Silverman, wanted to milk his Paul Lynde contract for all it's worth. So, yeah, it turns out that, yeah, he was paired up with two people who could verifiably be 100% that witch.
Oh, yes.
But before we talk about that,
okay.
I don't want to spoil anything. All right. Okay. So, let's talk about the special here. We have Paul singing about Christmas.
What? Hold up a second, Chico. This is a Halloween special. Why is Paul singing about Christmas?
Because he can. I don't know. Okay, so obviously that was a mistake and was rightly pointed out by his housekeeper Margaret, played by the one and only Margaret Hamilton. So he starts singing about Easter.
Oh no!
I didn't know you could sing about Easter.
I didn't know there was a such thing as Easter songs.
If anybody knows an Easter song, mail us at the station here because we're genuinely curious.
Yeah, email us or Jennifer Smith about that.
Yeah. Again, Margaret says, no, it's not Easter. So he's singing about Valentine's Day. Paul Lynde singing about Valentine's Day. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. But he was wrong there, too.
Oh.
So why is Paul Lynde singing about Christmas, Easter, and Valentine's Day at the end of October? Aside from comedic effect? Because he doesn't so much hate Halloween as he loathes it. And, well, he does keep a promise to Margaret to try to enjoy the holiday, so he thinks about the one thing he thinks about when it comes to Halloween. Kids!
I'm crazy about the holidays. I love all the gifts and toys. I love all the looks of wonderment from little girls and boys. I love Easter eggs and Valentines, the fireworks and Halloween. I love New Year's Eve and Jingle Bells. There's no doubt about it's nothing without those. Kids, I am simply wild for these kids today. The little darlings, kids. I have great respect for the things they say. I understand them, kids, in those goofy get-ups they wear at Halloween. I dig most those ghouls and ghosts and goblins. Precious little pumpkins, kids. When they ask for goodies, they're awful sweet. I give them yummies, kids, with their apple bobbin and trick or treat. Come on and ring my doorbell, you won't be sent away. I'm just crazy for kids today. Now guys, maybe shoot getting here soon. Let's see, I got the candy, the gum, the walnuts. Oh, there's the doorbell.
Trick or treat, trick or treat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Trick or treat, trick or treat.
Kids,
Open your windows and break in your flower pots.
kids,
Empty the trash and all your lawn.
kids,
We're chasing you and praising you.
Kids.
We're mugging you and bugging you.
Kids.
We're vexing you and vexing you. Letting the air right out your tires.
Kids.
We're going to scare you and haunt you on Halloween.
kids.
But after all, what does Halloween mean?
Go to a cemetery, that's where you ought to play. What's the matter with kids today?
Kids, you must try to understand kids today.
They don't get away from me, I'm gonna sick Bugsy Malone on them.
Kids, they don't mean the things that they do or say.
You mean you listen?
Trick or treat, trick or treat. Trick or treat, trick or treat.
Kids, well, it's just no wonder they burn your lawns. Kids, with their silly sweat hogs and funky fawns. There's too much Alice Cooper, not enough Alice Faye. Keep your lizards and rats, keep your vampire bats. What's the matter with kids today? I tell you, I've had it with you little monsters. Who's responsible for this? Cute Donnie Marie, real cute.
Yeah, what's the matter with kids today, indeed? Thanks so much, Donnie and Marie Osmond, you little devils, you. And meanwhile, this is when I hope this was a video podcast because Greg just made a face. Donnie and Marie did a bad thing. Well, it would be a bad thing in 2020, and bear in mind, Donnie did The Masked Singer, so...
Yeah, and lost to T-Pain.
Yeah. So I guess, But yeah, that would have been, NG, no good.
No.
So I guess to get Paul in the Hollywood Halloween spirit, Yeah, let's go with that. Let's get Paul in the Halloween spirit. Margaret offers to take Paul and drive him away from the kids and drive him to Bloomsbury Manor. That's not ominous at all.
No.
Yep, to see her sister.
Oh?
Yeah. Her sister, happens to be Wilhelmina Witchiepoo.
Wait a minute. Wilhelmina Witchiepoo from H.R. Puffin Stuff?
Yeah. And, of course, it wouldn't be Wilhelmina Witchiepoo if she wasn't played by the one and only Billy Hayes. Oh, at this point, we should make mention, because they make mention at the end credits of this special, Wilhelmina Witchiepoo is from the wonderful world of Sid and Marty Krofft.
And for more about that, see previous installment back in episode 7, Lidsville.
Also from the wonderful world of Sid and Marty Krofft. Alright, so, turns out her sister's Wilhelmina Witchiepoo. Got that. But she's a witch and you're not. Wait a minute. Turns out Margaret really is a witch. But not just any witch.
Oh, she's the biggest witch of them all.
She is the biggest witch of them all. I'll get you, my pretties! That was way too accurate. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh. So is this canon technically? So is technically the Wizard of Oz and Lidsville? Does this make them both canon with each other?
That is a good question. God, that is a really good question. I want to say it is. So L. Frank Baum and Sid and Marty Krofft collaborating 100 years apart from each other. Well, give or take a few decades. But anyway. So yeah, Wilhelmina Witchiepoo and the Wicked Witch of the West are sisters. Does this make Wicked also canon?
That's a good question, too. Does it make that Sam Raimi Wizard of Oz movie for Disney like a couple of years ago canon, too?
Does it make The Wiz canon?
Well, The Wiz does have Nipsey Russell in it.
Damn right it do. So what are Wilhelmina Witchiepoo and the Wicked Witch of the West doing in a Halloween special, aside from the obvious? Well, they have a problem, and they think that only Paul can solve their problem. They think that witches have been given a bad rap.
Oh.
This would all be rectified later with Glinda the Good Witch, Catherine Bell as the Good Witch, Sabrina the Teenaged Witch, the Melissa Joan Hart version, not the Kiernan Shipka version. Help me out. The female contingent of the Hogwarts crew. The pink and blue Rangers on Power Rangers Mystic Force. Yeah, let's just say witches getting a bad rap would not last forever. But that's down the line. Let's continue here. They give Paul a sort of assignment. Make him a public relations liaison to witches and witchery to improve their image. And to seal the deal, they give him 3 wishes. So what's the first wish? Well, Paul wants to be a trucker.
What?
Paul wants to be a trucker. A guy who drives a lorry down the highway. Guy with the CB radio calling out whoever, whatever, for wherever. And so he is reinvented as Big Red, a red-haired, CB slang talking, rhinestone-studded trucker who is engaged to, oh dear, a waitress. But not just any waitress.
Oh?
Yes. A waitress by the name of Kinky Pinky. And not just any Kinky Pinky. We're talking about the one, the only, Pinky Tuscadero.
Oh.
Played by the one, the only Roz Kelly. Credited as Roz Kinky Pinky Tuscadero.
Now, does that make Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley canon with the Wizard of Oz and
This is
HRF stuff? Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah. I don't pretty much get this either, but yeah. So now we're bringing Happy Days into this, but there's more.
What?
There is more. Aside from being engaged to Paul Lynde, which, let's be honest, is kind of weird in and of itself, Pinky is also engaged to another trucker. I don't quite remember his name, but we know that he's played by Tim Conway.
I'm hiding from the ghost!
Ghost? What ghost?
Before the show, you said we were having a special ghost tonight.
I said we were having a special guest tonight. Mr. Tim Conway.
What's a Tim Conway?
About 120 pounds.
Yes, of course it's going to be played by Tim Conway. There's a variety special in the 70s. Chances are Tim Conway's going to be on it.
Tim Conway is always on the variety specials of the 1970s. We'll also talk more about Tim Conway on future installment, Ace Crawford Private Eye. So Big Red meets Tim Conway, who, by the way, he is very Tim Conway-ish.
Well, of course. I mean, when you have Tim Conway, he's going to be at his most Tim Conway-ish.
So Kinky Pinky is kinky for both Tim Conway's character and Paul Lynde.
Oh, no. You have a love triangle here. None of this works good. So Kinky Pinky, she's in love with Tim Conway. But she's also in love with Paul Lynde.
Yeah. Well, the one thing we learned from this is Pinky Tuscadero has a type. Not to leave too fine a part unturned about this, Pinky's boss gets in the mix, and you know who's playing Pinky's boss?
Who is playing Pinky's boss?
The one, the only, Billy Barty.
Oh, Billy Barty's on this? Was he joined by the other dwarf and the magician from Supertrain?
No. And unfortunately, he was not wearing an oversized hat either.
Oh.
Billy Barty, Pinky Tuscadero, Tim Conway, and Paul Lynde in the same room, and they're about to rumble. Tim Conway and Big Red are about to rumble to prove who should end up with her. And guess who wins?
Oh, I can only take a guess as to who wins.
Okay, forget about that. Guess how he wins.
How does he win?
Paul Lynde shows up with a cash bribe from a large wad of money from a movie advance, they call it. So that's his first wish.
Okay.
Now that's his first wish. Big Red and Pinky Tuscadero. Because that was everybody's first wish in 1976. Let's be honest. Let's be real here. Meanwhile, in the manor, we have Witchiepoo and the Wicked Witch of the West, and they, by the way, I should mention this, they had just been visited by Miss Halloween, played by, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. Who was it? Who came to this special, this star-studded event?
The star-studded event. Betty White was Miss Halloween.
What?
Yeah. So now Betty White's in on all of this as Miss Halloween.
Oh my goodness.
And they're sitting through a game of Monopoly.
Monopoly?
They're sitting through a game of Monopoly, but they're not necessarily bored because guess who is performing at the manor as soon as Paul comes back?
Who's performing at the manor?
The one, the only, Kiss!
Kiss?
Yeah, and they're performing Detroit Rock City, that's a Halloween song. Would you say Detroit Rock? No, Detroit Rock City's not a Halloween song, but it's awesome anyway, so.
Yeah. It's performed by Kiss. It might as well be.
Hey, there you go. So, after all of that, Paul, being bored out of his mind with Monopoly, just wishes he was in the Sahara Desert.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Turns out he said the magic word.
What was the magic word?
Wish.
Oh.
Yeah. You would think that people would learn by now. If you have 3 wishes, you don't offhandedly make a wish. People are going to take you seriously. So he's transformed into a chic, lusting after Lady Cecily Westinghouse. Played by, are you ready for this?
Yeah, who is it?
Florence Henderson.
Carol Brady!
Yep.
Oh my. The stars just keep coming and coming in this special. They spared no expense here.
They really don't. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, her name, Lady Cecily Westinghouse, that name is just ripe for parody, or at least a good joke about refrigerators. So the Sheik wins over Lady Cecily Westinghouse. But before they get busy, in comes a rival for Lady Cecily Westinghouse's affection, played by Tim Conway.
Oh my goodness. So we got Tim Conway in a dual role.
Yep.
And coincidentally, both going after the women of Paul Lynde's affections.
Not as cut and dry as that. Turns out Lady Cecily was only a bait, and Tim Conway's role is Seymour of the Foreign Legion.
Oh.
To take him away.
Oh no. So he's going to take Paul away.
He's going to take Paul away, but Paul manages to deal his way to freedom. You want to know how?
Oh, I'm all ears.
This is the part where I'm just like, really? He offers him a cockatoo. It's like, why a cockatoo? It can get pretty lonely in the desert.
Doesn't he talk about how it belonged to Beretta or something?
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Which again was a thing back in the 70s.
Yeah.
You see all these callbacks that Paul Lynde does be doing? He's a master of the callback.
And keep your eye on the sparrow.
Okay, so you would think that Paul Lynde would be happy as a dog in heat over those last 2 wishes. Well, I got news for you.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he is happy as a dog in heat over those last 2 wishes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was good. So he decided, out of the goodness of his heart, to give his 3rd wish away.
Oh, that's very nice of Paul.
He's so nice.
Oh.
Yeah, he gives his wish to Witchiepoo and Elphaba. Yeah, I'm calling her Elphaba. What, do you want me to not call her Elphaba? You want me to just say Wicked Witch of the West 5 million times? No, keeping it nice and easy here. So he offers his 3rd wish to the witches, and they wish to go to a swinging city discotheque party.
I didn't know witches loved the disco.
You weren't around in the 1970s, my friend. So with a snap of his fingers, Paul Lynde transforms the gloomy manor into a swinging discotheque.
Ooh.
Complete with dance floors and monsters dancing and non-monsters dancing, and everybody from the cast just living it up. You know, we have to have music at this discotheque, so this is the part of the show where it's just, from here on out, it's played straight. We start with Florence Henderson singing a disco rendition of That Old Black Magic.
Oh my goodness. Florence Henderson, a legend. And she was a very good singer too.
Oh my. Yeah, she was incredible.
Oh my God. Singing disco.
Yep.
That is fantastic.
All right, so that's a thing. And then Peter Criss is at the piano performing Beth, which I'm assuming is their new one. Well, it would be new at the time. And then Kiss returns to perform King of the Nighttime World. And they all come back. Paul Lynde, Pinky Tuscadero, Kiss, the Witches, Billy Barty, Tim Conway, everybody singing Disco Baby with Paul and Pinky. And then he just thanks everybody and wishes everybody a really slamming Halloween there.
Yeah, I wish everybody a slamming Halloween.
Yeah, he did not use those words, I'm afraid.
It would be hilarious if he said slam.
It really would be, but yeah. I'm sure that's coming after the roar. But anyway, and that was the Paul Lynde Halloween special.
Oh. Well, there is one connection here with Hollywood Squares on this special, Chico.
Really? Really?
Yes.
Do tell.
Do you know who was one of the writers of this special?
Bruce Valanche.
Yes.
Isn't that Bruce Valanche?
Be careful, Bruce Valanche. There's superhumans fighting right over there.
Yay! Didn't he also help write the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Yes, he did write the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Previous installment, the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Refer back to episode 16. But there is, if you go to Bruce Valanche's interview from the Archive of American Television, he talks about the Star Wars Holiday Special. I'm going to play one clip from Bruce's interview regarding that special right here.
Yeah, I remember Kiss was on it, and that was, they had never been on television before. I mean, it was a gigantic coup to get them on primetime television. They had done the Midnight Special and Don Kirshner's rock concert, but they had never actually been on a TV show. And, of course, the great shocker was Paul had no idea who they were, but the president of their fan club was Ringo Starr's son. And Paul said, "Ringo has a son. I'm going to kill myself." I remember we were shooting the thing on the ABC Prospect lot in Los Feliz, and Roots was on while we were shooting, or it had been on, and we were shooting the thing, and it had been on, I think, for the sweeps or something. I forget what the timing was, but LeVar Burton had starred as Kunta Kinte in Roots, and had exploded. I mean, he was the biggest thing, and he was on the lot doing something, and we were outside having a cigarette break because people still smoked in those days. And Paul and I were out there, we're puffing away, and LeVar Burton comes by, and Paul didn't know his name, but had recognized him from the show and wanted him to know that he knew who he was. And he stood, as he walked by, Paul just pointed at him and went, "Roots!" LeVar Burton. Oh, I forgot to mention Paul was in his full witch drag. The hat, the whole thing. We go to the commissary, everybody was dressed as witches, And...
Roots!
Roots!
So, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting how, because this show, it wasn't necessarily just a legendary for fans of Paul Lynde. It was also legendary, get this, for fans of Kiss.
Yeah, because as Bruce mentioned, this is their first ever primetime appearance.
Mm-hmm. First ever primetime appearance. They did their big one. They did their new one. They did something for the occasion. And the thing of it is, this, for a long time, this was one of those classic cases of keep circulating the tapes. Well, after a couple of years, in 2007, the Paul Lynde Halloween special was released on DVD in the U.S. on October 2nd, 2007. And they had bonus features and all of that and everything. And head writer and producer Bob Booker, who had to basically clear everything to be remastered and issued. He cleared the rights. He found the original footage, which he thought was lost forever, and they cleaned it up, remastered it, and reissued it. And it's been on DVD ever since. In fact, if you go insert place here and look up Paul Lynde Halloween Special, there it is on DVD.
You can get it for around $10 to $12.
Yep. So that's pretty much all there is to it. And of course, if you really like it, you'll buy the copies. But it is available if you know where to look.
Yeah. Well, Chico, I just have 2 observations before we sign off.
What's that?
First off, Paul's scarf.
Oh, yeah. The witches made him a scarf, didn't they?
Yeah. It's like he's doing his best impersonation of Tom Baker with that scarf.
Well, he would have the overcoat and the scarf and the wry sense of humor to match Tom Baker. Okay, I'll stop doing that.
And another observation is, who do we hear occasionally in voiceovers during this, being that it's ABC?
The one and only Ernie Anderson, which we will talk about on a future installment.
Yes, but here's the thing. Tim Conway's on this special, and if you know anything about Ernie Anderson, him and Tim Conway were a comedy duo together back in Cleveland when Ernie Anderson was Goulardi.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can find the comedy album that Ernie and Tim did back in 1966 called Are We On? And you can find the whole album on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, I got something that you won't find on YouTube. You ready for it?
What is it?
It's time for eBay Prices Right, Joe!
Oh.
Yes, we've got to extend this thing just a little bit more. So, what I have here, are you ready for this? Because we're gonna play a little clock game here.
Okay. Yeah,
it is. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. What is this?
It is a copy of Kissology, the Ultimate Kiss Collection, Volume 1. Of course, it's on DVD. It's volume 1974, 1977. It's on DVD, and it has a clip of Paul Lynde meeting Kiss and the band's performance of King of the Nighttime World. Okay, you're going to have 30 seconds to give us dollars and cents, okay?
Oh, so it's dollars and cents. Okay.
Dollars and cents.
All right.
All right?
All right.
Okay. And I'll start the clock with your first bid.
$39.99.
Lower.
$29.99.
Lower.
$24.99.
Lower.
$19.99.
Lower.
$14.99.
Higher.
$16.99.
Stop it! You got it. With free shipping too.
Oh.
So there's something for your Kiss collection if you are a fan of Paul Lynde. And yeah, it has that clip. It has that clip of him meeting Kiss. Unfortunately, it does not have the clip of Paul going, Reds!
Reds!
Yeah. So, Paul Lynde, Witches, Florence Henderson, Disco, Pinky Tuscadero, Trucks, Sheiks, Kiss!
Kiss!
Put it all together in 1976, and it was a thing on TV.
Oh, yes. It was one glorious thing on TV.
It was a glorious thing on TV. But if you think we're done with all the treats, we have over 100 more treats waiting for you at our website at itwasathingontv.com. There you'll have the past 103 episodes, including some mini episodes, and of course, all of our socials where you can like, subscribe, follow, and share because, well, sharing is caring. Am I right?
You know, I've never said this, but what does that even mean, sharing is caring?
It says exactly what it means on the tin. Sharing is caring.
What tin?
Anywho.
The Tin Dog K9?
No, that's another episode. And, of course, we have to give a shout-out to our good friends at Place to Be Nation for their weekly drops. And I believe we have the 100th episode dropping at Place to Be Nation this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, at the time we're recording this, episode 100 will be up on this coming Wednesday. We dropped the 99th episode, which was Chameleon on Doctor Who.
Which did not have the Tin Dog on it.
No, it did not have the tin dog on it, but it had maybe one of the. It had a robot who's not a robot.
But he was played by a robot. Actually, he was played by a robot, but he's not a robot. But it's not. But it is a robot. But it's not a robot. I'm confused.
He's played by a robot, but this is what we don't understand. Chameleon is played by a robot, but it's not a robot on the show.
Right.
Even though he acts like a robot, he's not a robot.
I'm getting all cross-eyed here.
No, at least with K9, you knew it was a robot dog.
Yeah. Now it's just. Anyway, before we delve too much into, because we did this whole bit when we actually recorded it. I can't do this again. I think I had an aneurysm.
No.
Okay, so next time, what do we have? Oh,
yeah,
because the World Series is going on.
Yeah, well, the World Series will probably be over by the time this episode comes out. But you know what? We had so much fun talking about the Punky Brewster at the NLCS episode. We decided, you know what? We've talked about this on the show long enough. We ought to do an entire episode about this. So we got another baseball episode coming for you.
Oh, and it is just so good. It's one of those things that, okay, it'll have more questions than answers, but good luck finding the answers to those questions because it will take you on a quest.
Yeah, I got one tease for you. That's your tease.
Okay, we'll give you the whole thing next time with another thing on TV. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Wow!
You have just been the greatest. Thank you for making me feel wanted. And thank you for inviting us into your homes tonight with our Halloween special. I hope we were a howling success. I'd like to thank my guest stars, Tim Conway, Roz Pinky Tuscadero Kelly, Florence Henderson, The Incredible Kiss, Billy Barty, Betty White, and a special thank you to our beautiful witches, Margaret Hamilton and Billy Hayes. I believe in you. I believe in you. And of course, the two kids I love so much, Donnie Marie Osmond. In case I don't see you for a while, to all you little monsters out there, you have a happy Halloween. Now, excuse me, I'm going back to my group to trip the heavy fantastic.